Hello everyone and welcome back to another cosmetic showcase for Jurassic World Evolution 2. And today we take a look at the skins and patterns of the Lystrosaurus. And the Lystrosaurus is part of the Malta DLC expansion. That was the recent released DLC of the game itself. And Lystrosaurus is one of the species I haven't really checked out that much. Not in game, not with any skins, and probably just seen it in a trailer. That's basically it. I haven't done anything with the campaign yet, so this is the first look for me as well. And for so far, we have checked all the variants in the recent videos of the cosmetic showcase of certain dinosaurs we got with the Camp Cretaceous as well as the Biosyn DLC. And we have checked the Atrociraptor that is released alongside the Lystrosaurus. So the Lystrosaurus is not a dinosaur. It's a species that I seem have to be struggling to keep in mind what it is. I cannot. It's a Synops. Was it the Synops? Something like that. It is basically something I cannot just remind myself of what it is. It's really hard. I'm sorry. My only weak point are these kinds of animals. But we are going to check this one out, and we already checked the Lystrosaurus with the... so basically it's not really true what I said just a second ago. Is that I only have seen the Lystrosaurus by doing the Malta expansion DLC skins of the 2022 variants, like we have here the Lystrosaurus of 2022, which is the Lystrosaurus used in Dominion. And it's nicely brown. It's basically just how it is in the movie. You can see a little bit of his eyebrows over there, a bit of weird kind of fiberish hairs over there. So we checked that one out, and today we're going to look more into the skins and the patterns. So we head over to the first one. Once again, move to the blank pattern. We let the little guy walk around and we switch to neutral. We already are on neutral because I just recorded the previous video as well. As you can see, it's a little bit different in color, and if you haven't really looked into that, definitely check it out because your whole park can have a different color grading by using the settings. Set it to neutral, maybe you want to do to alpine, something like that. So we start off with the Sonoran Desert, and like every color we see over here, it has some base colors. Some are a little bit different. I can already see that the Gillian Mountains in the line of colors is not white, so that's gonna be interesting. But most of the time it is a little bit of a same color like different dinosaurs. So we got the orange red colorish of the Sonoran Deserts, and I do have to say the animation of the walking is really cute. I can't remember. I have to look it up if I checked all these. Oh, I did. Yeah, I did all these. I remember the cutting, the digging and the cutting somehow. That's really cute. It's a nice looking model. We're going to check the patterns, and we first do it a little bit more in depth as I used to do, and then we move over to a little bit faster pace to get through all the patterns on top of the skins. So we start with the Arana. I cannot zoom in any further because it's so small, maybe a little bit. No, that's it. The Rana is a little bit of a brownish orange. I don't know what color it is on the body itself. It has a brown sand color as the checkbox, the preview checkbox over there. But you can see the pattern definitely on the body. It's really nice. Looks okay. It has some orange, a little bit of a... Maybe it's blue. I think it's grayish, whitish grayish border around the pattern itself. It's not bad. If we move to the second one, the Chalcorana, we can move back and forth to check out the pattern difference a little bit more extra. As you can see, the difference, it's basically on the head. A little bit on the head. It's also a little bit over there. As you can see near the eyebrows, a bit more grayish. Chalcorana has a bluish gray pattern. It still has the brownish red in the pattern itself, but the borders are a little bit grayish, bluish gray. Looks nice. Definitely a nice looking pattern as a whole, but we have to check out all the colors. Then we have Lithobates, which is green and one of my least favorite color patterns so far in the game, but I have been surprised before, and this one is pretty decent on top of the Sonoran Desert. It gives a more yellowish orange vibe, which is cool. I do like this. This is a nice one. As you can see, it's a bit more green with yellowish orange in the middle. On the head, you can see it's a little different pattern there, or pattern color, a white in it, and with the little baits, it's a different green. It's pretty okay. Pulcrana. It's a purplish red. It's dark red, wine red, maybe a little bit Bordeaux. Nice looking color on this skin. Pretty decent. Do like it. I wish I could zoom in a little bit more with Lystrosaurus, but it's not letting me anyway. Closer to it than as it is now. It's a nice looking one. It's cool. We got the Paparana, which is cool. It's different than the other ones. As you can see, it has the green and the blue mixed in with each other. It's like part of it is blue, other parts of the pattern itself is more green in it. That's nice. I like this one. It's really cool. Palophilix, another green. Less likable than the first green we showed. It's just one green. Nothing extra. A little bit of a reddish border it seems. But I think we should see some difference with a different color for the body. Dead Valley. A yellowish sand color. Not that great, but hey, let's see with the patterns. It's a bit bright. Oh, wow. I could just suddenly zoom in a little bit more. Wow, cool. So it has a whitish color tint on top of it. You can see that the head, no, it stays the same. It already has the same kind of color. Let's just quickly go to... No, I thought that the gray on top of the face was part of Rana itself, but it's not. The Chocorana is looking okay. It's decent. A little bit more of a purplish line through it, as you can see, or is that the color? Oh, it's the lighting. Never mind, it's the lighting itself. So it's bluish, orange. Okay, the green. Not that interesting on top of the Death Valley skin. I do like Pulcrana. Pulcrana gives a little bit more extra detail. The more brownish red pattern on top of it. Yeah, it looks nice. That looks nice. The blue with the blue green, not so much for Death Valley, I have to say. And same with Palaphilix. It's not working for me with these skins. And this is kind of like, I'm always a little bit afraid some animals have a pattern that is pretty cool, but I would love to see black or white stripes or anything than 3 different versions of green, for example, or 4 different brown patterns that seems to be reddish brown, yellowish brown, something like that. Kind of miss that for some dinosaurs and reptiles or synapse. If it is synapse, I really cannot come up with it anymore. My phone is not here, so okay, look it up at this point. Then we go to the Great Sandy Desert, and that is a nice looking color. I love the grayish color for some of the species. You're gonna look at the frill, the detail in the frill are more visible somehow. Really nice. See with the patterns. Rana gives it more detail, a little more different grayish brown. That's pretty cool. I like that one. Chocorana is not that interesting in my opinion. it can work with the Great Sandy Desert. I do have to say that this kind of gray with the green, the yellowish green works. Um, it's not the best, but it does work a bit. The Pokrana looks great on top of it. Yeah, that's a great looking pattern for it. The blue and green, not so much. And the just green of Pelophylax is it has a bit of orange in it. Not that interesting. Yeah, that's gonna be an easy and a quick video if it's just not interesting enough. Champlain Valley. We have the Rana on top of it. It's a nice green, by the way. The Champlain Valley, like I'm getting used to with every dinosaur so far. Rana looks great. The gray on top of the green is nice. The orange on top of the hand is more visible as well, as you can see. See more orange than the other patterns or the other skin colors. Then we do Chalcorana. We got Chalcorana. I hate the name. Chalcorana over here. It's not that great, but all, not bad as well. So this okay. The Lithobates works with this. Green on green. It's nice. Especially because you can see the orange a bit more. Oh, the Dilophosaurus skin. If you follow me for a while, if you watched every cosmetic showcase video, I always call these Dilophosaurus combinations. Dilophosaurus. I say it differently. What's wrong with me today? My recent video, my last video I did is recorded before this. I also had issue with talking in English at this point. This video is already 10 times better with my English. And I want to just record it, you know? It's just as natural as I try to be. But yeah, Dilophosaurus kind of vibe. The green and the gray. Also the reddish in the pattern itself is great on this body. I think this is so far one of the best ones I've seen. Pretty unique. I do think this works. It's like a forest creature that has some like luminescent coloration on top of it, like the Parasaurs, for example, or Stixio, that shows off, blooms up, lights up in the darkness in the night. It's really cool, like that. This is also working nicely. You can definitely see that the green pattern has some reddish borders, which is great. I do like it on Pelophylax. It's nice. We got another green. It's a lighter, more swampy green. It's Salar del Huasco. And the Arana works okay with it. It's okay. Chakarana is not bad. Lithobates is looking awesome on top of it. Love that. It's like a little bit... Zoom in, come on. Why is it not zooming in anymore? It's so annoying, there we go. It's kind of like the colors change a lot. It's the pattern on top of it, but looks like it's more brownish on the back instead of the green we have, as you can see here. Pukrana, great. Looks nice. Papurana, it's okay. It's interesting. And Pelophylax is looking okay. That's just, again, sometimes I'm surprised with the green patterns and it seems to have more detail in the colors than some of the other dinosaurs have. Pretty cool. Limpopo River, different kind of green. More like a taiga green. Reminds me of a taiga forest green. Rana, nicely done on top of it. The Chalcorana is, because the body itself is a little bit of a, it's a greenish with, can really mix well with blue, light blue colors. Looks really nice with Chalcorana. Little bit, it's okay. Looks nice, it's not that bad. Pograna is perfect on this color. Love it. Reminds me of the Compsognathus a little bit. We got Paparana. It's okay. It's okay. And Pelophylax is nice. Interesting how the greens are doing its work today. Gilead Mountains, absolutely not white this time. It is a purple looking dinosaur. It's cute in purple, by the way. We got Rana on top of it. It's decent, looks nice. Chakorana is cool because of the purple-ish color on top of it as well. Pretty okay. Lithobates is okay. I do like it. Especially if you look at it from here, from up there. It looks nicely done. Oh, Pokrana is really cool. On Gilead Mountains. Do like that. Papurana. A toy. Gives me toy vibes. It's not that interesting. Well, maybe it's interesting, not that great. And the Pelophylax is cool. Because of the red borders, it's making it different than it was just green. It was a little bit boring, but that's nice. Very cool. We got the Yukon River, which is a more natural look. Like how maybe a little bit of a light version than the one from the movie. Rana is okay on top of it. It's less visible, less interesting with the Yukon skin. The same goes for Chalkarana. Not that interesting. It does work for it. It also still works with Lithobates somehow. I do think Pulkrana is the best one for this. For Yukon, pretty nice. I do not like the Papurana with this. It's not bad. It's not that great either. So this one is not that great. Now it gives me the vibe of just having the green without the red borders because of the skin is reddish. So less interesting. Svalbard. Svalbard is a little bit more whitish, grayish, blue tints in it. Run on top of it. It's okay. A bit of gray spots, gray pattern spots. The blue of Chakorana is decent. Has a decent look. The green, not so much. Not that interesting. Can we zoom in a little bit closer again? There we are. Pokrana works because it has this gray bluish color already in it. Papurana is not looking great on top of it. And Pelophylax is it's okay. Wouldn't pick it, but it's okay. It's okay. Amazon rainforest, another green skin with more sandy on the belly. Its hind legs, its legs in general a little bit more sandy color. Nice looking color. Rana looks really cool on top of it, especially in the face, the orange there. Chakorana is okay. Also the orange pretty cool in the face around the crest. Let's see with Lithobates. Lithobates is pretty cool. I do like Lithobates on this one. Really cool. Also Pulkrana, it's a Lystrosaurus vibe. Really nice. Papurana works for Amazon rainforest because it's more bright, so it matches. And Pelophylax is also pretty cool. I do like this. I like this one. This is a good one to remember. Pretty nice. We got two more on the bottom row. We got the mangrove forest, which is a weird looking blue purple. It's the Barney dinosaur color. Well, Barney is a bit more pinkish purple, but Dino from the Flintstones, maybe a little bit like that. Rana is decent. It's okay. Oh, I do like Chalkarana on this. This is not a skin color I will pick if I have to, if I build an enclosure for the Lystrosaurus. But it works great with Chalkarana. It looks nice. I also like Lithobates. That's cool. It's interesting. Pokrana, perfect, is the best one for this, I guess. Papurana, it's okay. Some arc survival. And also the eliminate... how do I call those dinosaurs? Eliminating dinosaurs? Biolescent, there we go. That was the word. The biolescent dinosaurs. Looks cool. Elephilix, it's an interesting one. Not that great, but it can work. Yes. Last one. Gambia River Basin, which is, compared to most Gambia River Basins I've seen so far, a bit more boring, in my opinion. Let's change that with a pattern. Papurana. Decent. Chalcorana. Works. Mixes perfectly with the skin. Little Bates. Okay. It's also decent okay. I like this one. Pulgrana, perfect. Papurana, pretty okay. And now we got Palaphilix, decent. So I think so far that Pulgrana is the best looking pattern. As for the skins itself, I do like this one, the Amazon rainforest, pretty much. It's a really cool one. So I'm going to select the top 3 for this dinosaur, this creature. And I try to make different pattern combinations and everything, but I cannot promise that because so far it's not that interesting compared to previous ones I've done before in the past. So I will pick something out. And while the cute little Lystrosaurus is relaxing and waiting, I've picked the top 3 for the Lystrosaurus with the skin and the pattern combinations. And we start with the number 3, which is the Amazon rainforest and Ballophyllix. I love the green and the reddish pattern borders as well as the green in the middle of the pattern itself. It works, it's cool. I love to see this in an enclosure. It gives me iguana vibes, or some large Nile monitor, something like that. The greenish colors is really cool, and it's definitely cute. His lying down pose, pretty neat. We quickly move to the second one. And for my number 2 in the top 3, I have selected the Sonoran Desert and Chalcorana. I do think the bright red, like some red deserts or red mesa location would be perfect for something like this. And I love the pattern of Chalcorana on top of it, a little bit more grayish blue pattern with the red, different kind of shade of red, orange on top of it. Looks really cool. So we got a forest or a jungle version, and we got ourselves a desert, a red desert, Australian desert even. Version of the Lystrosaurus. For the number 1, I had to think twice because I wanted to do something different, but I couldn't. So I do not have to kind of cut it out. Of course, it's the Pulcrana pattern, and it is with the Champlain Valley. It's this honesty. I love Dilophosaurus. I love the skin of Dilophosaurus. It's one of my favorite dinosaurs in the franchise itself. It's not my favorite dinosaur, but it's like I think it looks the coolest with the colors. And that is now the same thing with Lystrosaurus. It looks great. We got Champlain Valley with the Pulcrana, and as you can see the red in it. It's amazing. I love the green with the more darker. It's a bit dark green grayish color. It is perfect. If we switch to Jurassic World, you can see it's different green. We also have a little bit more lighter, like grayish tone with the Alpine for the Mediterranean, which is new, by the way, if you haven't seen this one. Everything is a bit more bright, it seems. Like, kind of like how it is there with the lightning, of course. And then you got the Jurassic Park, which is even more Dilophosaurus, in my opinion. So it's not that different from Neutral, by the way, but it's looking nice. I just love it. It's a great model. I love it. I kind of hope we get a Microceratops eventually, because it has a little bit of a similar vibe with the head. And I just have to say vibe is my favorite word to use in these videos, by the way. I just heard someone mention it in a chat. Like, you have a great vibe with everything. I'm like, yeah. I also like to talk a little bit more decent and not say that effing the best something. Well, I'm from older ages, of course, but just keeping a little bit down with that. But yeah, the vibe is great for Lystrosaurus. I love it, especially this top three. And let me know in the comments what you think is the best combination with the pattern and the skin, and what is your favorite, what's your top three. Let me know down below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can follow me, you can subscribe, you get way more of these videos. There are also different videos on my channel, park building and everything, and those are coming soon as well. I have a little bit more time. I need more time for that to finish everything, but it's on its way. For now, we just move on to the next video, so I hope to see you there as well. Have a wonderful day, and bye bye.